I'll be showing you how to make a rich graham fudge cake. You'll need a teaspoon of baking soda, a teaspoon of baking powder, 2 eggs, 3/4 of a cup of good quality unsweetened cocoa, I have a teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, 1 1/3 cup of milk, 2 cups of all-purpose flour, 1 3/4 of a cup of sugar. You need a stick of butter and a stick of margarine at room temperature, and the reason why I use a stick of butter and margarine is because it makes the cake more moist than using 2 sticks of butter. First, you're going to put the stick of butter and a stick of margarine into the mixer, and then you're going to add the sugar. You're going to cream the two together, and this will take approximately 4 to 5 minutes depending on your mixer and your room conditions. And also, if you're using salted butter, you can omit the salt. Now that the butter and sugar has creamed together, you're going to scrape down the top of the bowl just to make sure everything is down towards the bottom of the bowl. And if you're using a mixer that does not have a scraper paddle, then you will need to make sure you scrape down the sides of your bowl completely. Now we're going to add 1 egg at a time. After adding 1 egg, allow the egg to mix until it's well combined into the sugar and butter. Now add the second egg. Once the egg is combined, you're going to add the vanilla extract. The next thing we're going to do is sift together the dry ingredients. If you don't have a sifter, you can buy pre-sifted flour. And if you do have a sifter, it doesn't hurt to sift together pre-sifted flour because it will make sure your cake comes out even lighter. So now we're going to sift together the flour, salt, baking soda, and baking powder, and then add the unsweetened cocoa. And this is why you want to make sure you do sift. It will make sure you don't have any clumps of cocoa powder in your dough or in your batter. So now we're going to start off by adding half of the flour, mix just until it's combined. Now that it's just until it's combined, we're going to add all the milk, mix until it's combined, and as soon as it's combined, stop the machine and add the remaining flour. You want to start with the dry ingredient and end with the dry ingredient when you're making a homemade cake. Add half the flour, then the liquid, and then the remaining flour. This will make sure your cake doesn't come out too heavy, and it'll make sure that it is very moist. And now that everything's just combined, using the spatula, scrape down to make sure everything's combined together. Do not overmix the cake. I'm going to pour this into 2 11 by 7 buttered and flour cake pans. You can use any pans of your choice. This will then bake in a preheated 350-degree oven for approximately 25 to 35 minutes, or until the cake comes out almost completely clean when you use a cake tester or knife. You don't want it to be completely clean because these will cool on cooling racks in the pans for additional 10 minutes and the cake will actually finish baking. Now I'm going to go along sides of the pans with a knife to make sure that the cake isn't stuck on the pan. And I'm going to flick this on the cooling rack and allow it to cool completely. And this is why you want to make sure you add flour to the pan, because it comes out very easy. Do not use cooking oil. You can use cooking spray, butter, or margarine. Cooking oil will definitely make the cake stick. Now these are cooled completely. I'm going to add frosting. If you want this chocolate buttercream frosting recipe, you can click on the description box or somewhere in this video and it will take you to the video on how to make the chocolate buttercream frosting recipe. In the future I will have videos coming up showing you how to frost the cake perfectly, and that will be part of my How to Bake series. And this is what the cake looks like on the inside of it. I hope you guys try this recipe and enjoy it. Please do not forget to rate, comment, and subscribe. Remember, live and be well, and no bullying. Thank you for watching.